Welcome to the Week 7 team builder for the GNDL. This week, I'm playing against the Los Angeles Nidokings, coached by Lies of J. This is a team for certain. It has a lot of Pokemon weak to Ice. There are 6 Pokemon weak to Ice, being Dragapult, Tornadus, Enamorus, Celebi, Cyclizar, and Sandaconda. And Tauros is also weak to Freeze Strike, because it's the water one. Anyway, their full team is Dragapult, Tornadus Therian, Galarian Slowking, Enamorus Incarnate, Tauros, Paldea, Aqua, it's the water fighting type one, Terra Celebi, Cyclizar, Terra Rotom Frost, Sandaconda, and Togedemaru. This team has a lot of scary threats, both offensively and defensively. Glowking is very hard for my team to break through. Especially if it's something like specially defensive AV or just like Fizdef AV, like Fizdef Glowking with an Assault Vest, it is really annoying to take down for my team, which is mostly special attackers. Tornadus Therian after a nasty plot can be pretty scary. Choice Scarf Enamorus runs through basically my whole team, except Rotom Heat, because Rotom Heat's broken. Yep. Dragapult is Dragapult. There's not much else I can say about it. It's also pretty hard for me to switch into the Paldean Tauros because its Water Stab is Water plus Fighting is quite good into my team, except Lavani. But the last time I used Lavani to check a Water Fighting type, it got hit with a Choice Band U-turn, lost 60% of its health, and then died. Celebi with Terra is really annoying because it's quite tanky, and when it's not quad weak to U-turn, turns out Celebi becomes a decent amount better. Rotom Frost with Terra is also a thing. My opponent can do cool stuff like Chilly Reception out into a Rotom Frost and then have perfectly accurate blizzards, which I think is pretty cool. Sandaconda is also there, I guess, and so is Togedemaru. Togedemaru has Encore and has a decent speed here as well. It's actually pretty annoying for the team I built specifically. But I'm hoping it doesn't want to come into a Rotom Heat and a Sandy Shocks. I hope, because I could see Togi coming, which would be annoying. Anyway, let's get into what I brought. First one is Klefki. It's Double Dance Klefki Max Fizdef with leftovers. Calm Mind Eye and Defense, Sword Power, Draining Kiss. Not much to say about this set. It's just very, very strong here. It's especially strong here because my opponent does not have a single method of stopping it once it's already set up. Because my opponent's only phasing tools are Dragon Tail on Dragapult and Cyclizar, which Klefki's immune to. They have nothing with Haze, nothing with Roar, nothing with Whirlwind. And in addition to that, they don't have a Fire type, which are good at immediately pressuring Klefki, so I can't set up as easily. So not having one of those, and also resist Draining Kiss, them not having a Fire type is really, really good in letting Klefki set up. It just means so much more of the team that it can set up on. And their Steel type, which is the only type to resist both Sword Power and Draining Kiss, only single type. There are probably dual typed Pokemon which resist both. I don't know, Armarouge would resist both, for example. Anyway, but their only Steel type is Togedemaru, which is actually good into Klefki because it can outspeed and Encore it into a setup move. Which is pretty annoying, but I don't think Togi comes because it's a Togedemaru. It's not a great mon. If it comes, I guess, which would be annoying, but I think it's fine, hopefully. And their ground type is Sandaconda, which is not an amazing mon. I think it might just not show up. I think there's a chance, because Sandaconda is not that great into my team defensively. Offensively it's quite good, but defensively it's a bit of a liability. It doesn't even check Ape that well, and it's a Fizdef guy, so that's not a good look. Anyway, my point is, there is very little to pressure Klefki immediately. I've tried to, as I experience it, compile a list of mons which I think can actually 1v1 this Double Dance Klefki. And my entire list right now is Choice Specs Dragapult if I don't have a Carmine up first. If I do, then I can go for a second Carmine and then eat the second Flamethrower, and plus 2 Dragon Kiss will kill Pult and heal me a ton of HP. Nasty Plot 20 can beat us so long as we don't have 2 or 3 Carmines already up. Carmine Glowking can beat us. And like a very bulky Carmine Celebi with stored power, with Earth power as well. Oh, and also Sandaconda can beat us. However, if my opponent has to switch their mon in to Klefki first, then the only ones that actually check us are Nasty Plot Torn and Carmine Glowking. Actually, I guess Carmine Celebi might also. Could be. Not sure. But my point is, it's very easy for Klefki to set up. Klefki might actually just 1v1 Celebi. Because Celebi... I don't know. Anyway, point is, Carmine, Double Dance Klefki, really, really easy to just snowball out of control. If I ran more Spadef, I could probably actually beat Carmine Glowking. But I needed the defense for Sandaconda and Paldean Taurus, which I was a little worried about. Anyway, next we have Booster Speed Sandy Shocks. Normally, your offensive mon will have neutral coverage for the whole team, but my Shocks has super effective coverage for the whole team. I'm not even kidding. My 4 moves hit all 10 of my opponent's Pokemon super effectively, at least one of them. Terra Ice, Terra Blast is super effective on Dragapult, Tornadus, Therian, Enamorus Incarnate, Celebi, Pre-Terra, Cyclizar, and Sandaconda. Earth Power is super effective on Glowking and Togedemaru. Thunderbolt is as well as super effective on the birds. It's also super effective on the Tauros, and Power Gem super effective on Red Frost. Of course, this is relying on Celebi and Rotom not terrestrializing into a type which isn't weak to any of these, which I feel like Terra Fairy would be understandable. But yeah, we'll just boost the speed so that we outrun everything except for Scarf Enam, Scarf Dragapult, Scarf Torn, or Scarf Cyclizar, out of which I don't think those last 3 are coming. I think Scarf Enam probably comes. It's quite good into my team. At one point, I didn't have Rotom Heat on the team, and it was very difficult to deal with Choice Scarf and Amorous. That was just me being dumb, though. I thought that using Annihilate as my Moonblast resist would be a good idea. I mean, it did take 40, so it kind of worked. It didn't really work. Don't. Rotom Heat on the team. I will be bringing Rotom Heat. Anyway, speaking of Rotom Heat, it's up next. It's Spadef. Yeah, this is just my check to Nasty Plot Torn, to Scarf Enam, to Rotom Frost in general. I don't know why there was a point in time when I didn't have Rotom on the team, because without Rotom, I don't have good answers to Nasty Plot Torn or Scarf Enam. I have okay answers into Rotom Frost. My answer is just hope it misses Blizzard. Haha. Anyway, but yeah, well, Overheat, Pain Spit, Poltergeist, Volt Switch. 2 weird things about this set. Firstly, well, Leftovers, which might not seem that weird, but it's a Rotom Heat, and I almost always run Boots on this guy. The reason I'm not Boots is because my opponent's only Stealth Rockers are Sandaconda and Celebi. Out of those, I don't even think Sandaconda comes to this game, and if it does, I'm expecting like Coil, Loaded Dice, Earthquake, Scale Shot, Rock Blast. And I don't think Celebi is going to be bringing rocks. And so just having that Leftovers recovery will be nice to let me switch into things more, like especially if the Torn Nasty Plots as I come in. It lets me like recover health so I can still check the Enam afterwards if I want to. And Poltergeist is not a move you normally see on this Pokemon. especially considering the fact that, I have no attack investment and this guy is base 65 attack. The reason I have this move is because specially defensive Assault Vest Galarian Slowking is really hard for me to both switch into and break through. It's not actually that hard to switch into because it doesn't do much damage with no investment, but I don't want anything to get poisoned by Sludge Bomb, which is a big issue. So being able to 3-8 KO it with this one, which normally it could just sit in front of and spam Sludge Bomb, is nice. Like, Poltergeist is like 33 to 38, I think. It's a guaranteed 3-shot, unless it has the item Leftovers Black Sludge, Cassie Berry, Key Berry, Citrus Berry, Orange Berry, a Guave Berry, any of the other ones which are the same as a Guave but for different natures, Enigma Berry, or Weakness Policy. Maybe there's an item that I missed which would make us not 3-8 KO it with Poltergeist. But anyway, it just lets me fight back against the Gloking, because Overheat does like 20 and then drops my special attack, and that just lets it click even more. I also couldn't really think of a great fourth move for Rotom, because Will-O-Wisp doesn't help that much, because most of the things that I'm going to click Wisp against, I'm not really going to want to stay in on with Rotom, except maybe Togi. Anyway, next up is Swords Dance Greninja. I am Swords Dance for the sole reason of killing Gloking. Spadef Gloking is a problem. Like, Spadef AV takes like 30 from Sandy Shock's Earth Power. I played a mock and it took, I think, 25% from Kyurem Draco Meteor, which is an insane calc to think about. Like, that is a really small number. Anyway, but at +2, Night Slash should just kill max HP Gloking, which is good. We then, our other two moves are Liquidation and Acrobatics, where Flying Gem, so that a +1 Flying Gem Acrobatics will kill the Paldean Taurus, and then it'll let us outspeed everything, barring Scarf Bolt, which I don't think is going to come, because they're going to bring Scarf Enam, and I don't think they want to Scarf both of them. Maybe they do, though. Yeah, the reason that I need +1 Acro to kill the Taurus is in case it's Intimidate. I feel like it might not be, because I do have the Defiant Annihilate, which I guess could come. My opponent doesn't switch super well into Ghost-type moves. Except, for Cyclizar, but Cyclizar can't really hit Ape, and Ape can always just Drain Punch it. So, yeah, Acro will kill if I set up a Swords Dance and the Taurus switches in and it's Intim, unless it's, like, pretty bulky. And then Liquidation just hits everything else and it's Stab. We're Battle Bond because I would rather have Battle Bond over Torrent. So, because if I get up a Swords Dance and then I kill something, then Greninja can pretty easily end the game from pretty much any mid-game. Anyway, fifth Pokemon, Scarf Kyurem. As I mentioned, my opponent has 6 Pokemon weak to Ice. They also have one of their Ice resists being the Water Tauros, which is weak to Freeze Dry. Yeah, Freeze Dry is just very easy to click once Gloking goes down, because Spadef Gloking Kyurem is never breaking. So once I can remove the Gloking or chip it to like actually 1 HP so that it after regen it gets 2-shot by Freeze Dry, which, like probably will never happen. I genuinely don't think Assault Vest Gloking will ever get 2-shot by Freeze Dry. Unless I have hazards up. The hazards that I didn't bring. Sorry, I had a version of the team which had hazards on it earlier, which I don't have anymore because I'm using this one. Anyway, yeah, once Gloking goes down, Freeze Dry is really free because the only resists are Rotom Frost, no recovery, gets blown up by Draco, and Togedemaru, which gets blown up by Earth Power, unless it's Balloon. So I just need to predict the Togi coming in once, and then bam, it's gone. Never need to worry about it again. Our other three moves, well, Draco is to kill the Rodent Frost and deal more damage to a Terrestrialized Celebi. Earth Power lets us murder Togedemaru. I considered running Focus Blast to kill Togi and Rodent Frost and ignore Balloon on Togi, but I don't like missing, so I changed it back to Earth Power. And then Ice Beam just does more damage than Freeze Dry does. Because, like, if the Tauros and the Glow can go down, then I can just click Ice Beam and everything gets two-shot. Well, not actually everything, but mostly everything gets two-shot. Final one is my dedicated lead, Cloyster. We are 232 speed plus to let us outrun the a Choice Scarf and Amorous after a Shell Smash. And then our 3 attack moves are Rock Blast, Icicle Spear, and Terra Fairy Terra Blast. Icicle Spear is just really good into the team. Rock Blast hits the what's it called? The Rodent Frost, pre-Terra, and Terra Fairy Terra Blast will one-shot the Paldean Tauros. You may notice I can't hit Togedemaru, but if Togedemaru is on the opposing team, I will just switch out into Rotom Heat and click Overheat. Because it's Togedemaru. I don't think it's coming. If it does, it will be really annoying, I must admit, because it can stop so much of my team. But hey, it could just not come. I don't think it'll come. Maybe my opponent won't see how annoying it is into me. Then again, I did complain for a really long time about Emolga, and Airborne Togedemaru is like the same thing with Lightning Rod, so yeah. Anyway, Cloyster is my lead because it used to have spikes. It used to be like Shell Smash, Icicle Spear, Explosion, Spikes. But then I realized that if I ran Terra Fairy, Terra Blast, and changed it so that it actually outsped Scarf and Amorous after Shell Smash, then it could kind of just sometimes win the game if my opponent doesn't bring the right stuff. Like, I could genuinely win on turn 1 if my opponent doesn't bring Togedemaru or a good Terra type on the Rodent Frost or Fizdev Cloaking. Which is a funny prospect, actually. But yeah, I'm still going to lead this. I'm going to use the Cloyster to break holes in the team so that I can then clean up with Shocks or Greninja or Kyurem or Klefki. And Rotom Heat is my only defensive mon, as you can tell from the fact that all of my other Pokemon are very offensive. Anyway, that is the team. Yeah. I've been doing pretty well in mocks. I kept just clicking Ice-type moves and winning, but my mocking partner, did continually let the Cloaking get chipped very early and basically just let it go down, which then let me absolutely delete his whole team with Klefki and Kyurem. Anyway, this is the team. I think I'll do well. I hope I do well. I would like to go undefeated this season, if possible. I don't think it's very likely, even though there are only 2 battles left, and I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll see you in the battle. There's a Togedemaru. I think I've lost. There's also no Enamorous, though, so I may have won. Alright, let's just leave Cloyster. Oh, fucking hell, that's a Togedemaru. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I have Rotom Heat. I have a Rotom Heat. Jesus, this Togedemaru is so scary. This Togedemaru is unironically a bit of a threat. What Terra type is the, it's Steel. Okay. Steel. Understand. Steel. I think this Overheat's pretty free, because I'm expecting this to be Lightning Rod. I would be surprised if it isn't Lightning Rod, but I could see it being Barbs, but I don't want to risk it, you know. Okay, here comes Cloaking, 26, let's calculate damage, that's not Assault Vest. That's definitely not Assault Vest. But I do think it's, yeah, it's specially defensive, okay. It's also not sludge. I'm gonna go for poltergeist. Show off the tech. The tech. The tech! Oh, that doesn't... It is a soul vest. Okay, it's just max special attack. Alright, Modest. Yeah, that looks about right. I think I just poltergeist again. I might get the range. Okay, I didn't get the range. The future sight, that's fine. I just vault here. If the Toki is iron bards, it's iron bards. I mean, lightning rod. Yeah, it's lightning rod. Okay. I want to see what item it is. Okay, I just clicked poltergeist again. The poltergeist spamming Rotom Heat. Oh, he went Polt! Let's go! Yes! Oh, that did 46. Power Herb? Oh, it's Phantom Force. Okay. Why'd I sack Rotom there? Anyway. It's now Klefki gaming time. I just click Iron Defense, and now I click Calm Mind. This is Terra Steel Celebi, so I could just lose to it. It is possible. There is potential of me just losing to the Celebi. Earth Power does 58. That's not very good, is it, for me? I think I just sack Kyurem, right? Yeah, I need to preserve health on Klefki. I am actively throwing. Do I just Ice Beam for damage? No, I definitely just Ice Beam. Yeah, there's no point in not going for Ice Beam. 24. Okay, that's probably just like no bulk, right? But yeah, now I can just go out into Shocks and click Earth Power for free. Unless he's Shuka. It could be Shuka Berry. It is possible that this is Shuka Berry. And if it's Shuka Berry, then I've got, but... Okay, it's not Shuka. Celebi is gone. Shocks is in a very, very strong position right now. Since I am boosted speed, Sucker Punch shouldn't do too much. Whereas Choice Band, except it's not Choice Band. I have officially broken the Sash. If it's Sash, I don't even know if it's Sash. Anyway, this is definitive proof that Kyurem sucks. It did nothing. Do I just win here? Because it's not Spadef AV, so Gloking just dies. So unless he has like a Sash or he's AV on the... Oh! Torn could... Don't look at the Torn set I have in my calc. I am very good at... Give me a real set. Okay, in comes Tauros. It is in fact Intimidate. I will be clicking Thunderbolt and hoping it's not Sash. Alright, it's not Sash. Sandy Shocks is a Pokemon. It's certainly a Pokemon. Jesus, Sandy Shocks is a menace. Holy shit. In comes Gloking. I just Earth Power. He could try and regen cycle. That's, I think, his win con. Actually, do I have any reason to not just go for Thunderbolt? Because, like, if this comes in, I got 2-shot by T-Bolt. Okay, well, he didn't even go until he went into Pult. Terra Blast. Once again, I will be going for Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt into Earth Power will kill this Pokemon. Allegedly. Yeah, he's trying to make a play. I don't think it matters too much, because I've gotten enough damage. Like, I have SD, I have Physical Grin in the back, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, this Earth Power doesn't even kill it, yeah. Alright, it's all good. I just click Icicle Spear twice and I win the game. Sandy Shocks. It's a Pokemon. Say that much. Certainly a Pokemon. Shocks is a cool guy. I will say that. Actually, if this Hurricane confuses, then I could lose the game. Oh, it's Bleak Wind. Okay. GG. I am skill link. Okay, good. Anyway, I won the game. Sandy Shocks is a good Pokemon. Yeah. I'm now 7-0. I could go undefeated. We'll see next week.